Let's talk about Critical Drinkers, Not Movie, proof of a concept TV show pilot short film YouTube video. Let's just get this out of the way. Whatever your politics are, they don't matter in the context of this review. I'm basing this solely off of what I watched with my eyeballs. The only thing I will say, though, is that in this film, there was not 1 ounce of melanin to be found. Let's begin. Our main character, whose name escapes me, is a mixture of Jason Bourne, the actor Jack Quaid, and Nathan Drake.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's John Hastings.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
He's kind of a fake-out because the real main character is a female named, I believe it was Anya. But I like to refer to her as not Jill Valentine, because that is basically who that character is. Or more specifically, it's Jill from Resident Evil 5. I think the guy is supposed to be cool and shit. It doesn't come across in the film at all. The girls do all the work, really. Which is kind of funny because the Critical Drinkers' most famous critiques of films is that 120-pound women can't do anything compared to men. And in this film, women are not only the protagonists but also do everything. Before we talk about the plot, or lack thereof, let's do a quick rundown of the characters. We have our leads with not Jill Valentine and not Jason Bourne. I already explained them. We also have not Dolph Lundgren, who is the villain, or supposed to be, I believe. I'm not sure. He is Russian man from Russia. You could tell me it's Ivan Drago and I wouldn't bat an eyelash. There's a guy with glasses that kind of looks like Peter Dinklage. He just gets kidnapped at one point, and that is his character arc. There's also a girl with a bowl cut, who kind of looks like the lead singer of Paramore. All of her lines boil down to her saying the word fuck. She is a hacker extraordinaire and also kicks ass and takes names and is all out of names to take. She also gets flown around like a rag doll. There's also an assassin guy that dies with black hair and uses a small rubber knife. I might be forgetting a character, honestly, but let's move on. As for the plot, it is nonsensical. I could not follow what was happening at all. At any point in the 30-some-odd minutes this project is, things are happening, and they continue to happen. At one point, like 20 minutes in, I was questioning who even the good guys were supposed to be, and honestly, I think the movie did too. There is no cohesion, pacing has left the building. Someone in the comments of the video said, "Does this movie even have a storyboard?" There isn't even a story, it's just a small group of people doing action things for some reason. That is the movie. I also would like to point out that the movie is set in Russia, and at no point in the film do any of the characters speak Russian. The script is cliché one-liners. You can predict the lines before the characters say them. You could tell me the script is AI, and I wouldn't think twice. There is no flow of conversation at any point. It's just one-liners being said to each other. It's almost robotic in a way. The line delivery is okay. I can't fault the actors. The script is pretty bad. There's no sugarcoating that. Speaking of the actors, they're trying. A silver lining here is, at least they got a paycheck at the end of the day. I think the worst part of this is just that it's boring. It's around 35 minutes long, not including the credits, and I wanted to tap out 5 minutes in. It made me reminisce about Madam Web, and how that's not a good movie either, but that is a relatively enjoyable film to watch. At least it's funny and entertaining. This movie is just painfully boring. It's one of those videos where you're checking the progress bar every minute to see how far in the video you are before you click on something else. I got more enjoyment laughing at the comments than I did at any point watching the film. If this film does anything, it proves how hypocritical the critical drinker is. Politics aside, he would brazenly call good films bad, call very well-performed action choreography and stunt work bad. His critiques were always negative. You could also say he was dishonest in a lot of his reviews as well. Then he goes and makes a project like this, where he unironically does all of the things that he critiques in his reviews. I want to include here a scene comparison of something that happens in his film versus another film that he said was garbage. This is real fight choreography from Rogue Elements.
teens. Meet me at the north gate. Do not let them escape.
Now this is a scene from a movie that the critical drinker thinks is garbage.
And what terrible crime is that?
This one. Hi, boys. Meeting's over.
A quick note on the music, it's fine. Sounds generic, but it works for this project. Same could be said of the camera work or lighting. It's serviceable. Not impressive in any way, but it's watchable. This movie maybe could have worked if it had taken an approach like Wet Hot American Summer as an 80s movie cliché satire. At points it does feel like there are attempts at satire because it doesn't feel like you're watching a real show or movie. I'm not sure if you're meant to take the film 100% seriously, but nothing happens in the plot to make you think otherwise. Which leads me to ask the question, who exactly is this project for? Is it a self-fulfilling ego vanity project? Is there any demand for a Jason Bourne Temu knockoff? His own fans in the comments section can be found saying, it's his first attempt, it's okay if it's not good. You'll get him next time. Where I'm confused is, wasn't this supposed to be a film? Why is it a TV show pilot? Or not even that, it's a concept of a pilot. I'm not going to bother researching this honestly. You could compare this project to that of the Nostalgia Critic, or even Red Letter Media. None of their films are good. Not even in a they're so bad it's good laughable kind of way. They're entertaining to watch when it comes to reviews or critiques, but their projects outside of that are pretty bad. I wonder why that is. Would I recommend anyone to watch this project? Honestly, no. I'll say even for review purposes, Rogue Elements isn't worth watching, mainly for the fact that it's really boring and hard to get through. Even the fight choreo is tedious. At one point, not Jill Valentine gets hit by a grenade launcher and she just walks it off. I also feel like it doesn't have anything to say. It's like watching a Wattpad fanfic come to life with an self-insert Gary Stew as the lead protagonist. I'd recommend Birds of Prey over this any day, or even Jason Bourne for that matter.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.